Hello FlossTube Stitchers. I'm going to start off today's video with two new shop models that are on loan from our prolific stitcher and friend Marlene Oleniak. She picked them up from the framer yesterday, or tried to pick them up. Actually, she offered them to me after she paid for them, since they were out of season and she wasn't going to be using them right away. And coincidentally, they are both wintry pieces that fit in perfectly with today's weather. Yes, it's May. It's actually Mother's Day, and it started off snowing and has continued to rain all day long with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. So it seems kind of wintry and appropriate. The first one that she loaned us is from Annie B's Folk Art, and it's called First Snow. And that's how Annie finished hers. And Marlene chose to frame hers. The fabric is a really pretty, like, grayish blue. And I'm choosing to film today without the overhead lights on because I think it worked out better for the fabric I'm going to show. So this might be a little washed out, but it is a really pretty fabric that she stitched it on. And if you like that outdoorsy looking primitive frame, it is a Honeywood number 281 if you wanted to have your custom framer check out that line of moldings. All right, and then the next one is Kringles from Little House Needleworks. And this is Marlene's version. Let me get the whole thing in there. And I'm pretty sure that she used all the suggested materials for this. And if you like the molding that she chose, that happens to be an Engelson, and you can tell your framer the number is 7041. All right, so you already know I'm going to show you fabrics from Seraphim Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Lori, because that was in the title of the video and I mentioned it earlier. So I have them in alphabetical order by name just so I could keep track of them. And I'm good if I have the same color in several different counts or styles. I'm going to show you the linen first, and then the Lugana, and then the Aida. Most dyers are not going to have the time to photograph every style and count, so usually they show linen. So I'm going to show the linen first with the DMC colors, and then show you how, if they look different, how different the Lugana and the Aida looks. So the first color is Antique Lace. I have it in 40 count, and I did get a full yard because right now I can't remember what it was, but something called for this. So I got a full yard, and I have it matched up to Ecru and 739 as the colors that kind of run through this piece. And I'm going to hold it kind of close because I think that's better. All right, and then it's a little bit darker on the 18 count Aida. And actually all of these are probably going to be, there it goes. They're going to be a little bit warmer in person than they look on the screen. So keep that in mind too. Then this is a single one that I only have in 36 Zweigart. And I have 646 and 647. So it's in that family. And this is called Boston. So gray has been asked for recently, so I'm trying to get grays. And this is a really pretty one. They don't all come in like you expect, but I do like that gray one. The next color is Dusty Road, and I think it looks really good matched up to the 840 series of DMC. This first one is 36. So I'll hold it back and then I'll bring it forward, and hopefully somewhere along the line you'll be able to tell whether you like it or not. And then it's a little bit softer and not quite as brown in the Lugana. And I also got it in 18 count Ada. Let me see if I can show these together. I don't usually sell that much 18, but the dyers have been very upfront on their websites of what counts and styles they absolutely do not have in stock and won't be getting anytime soon. So I would have preferred to have more of the Ada in 14 and 16, but they were very limited in those counts. So I requested those in the special orders for customers that had already asked for them, and I said the rest could be 18 if they didn't have enough of 14 and 16. So let's see. All right, I think that's a pretty good representation of what the three look like. And so you can kind of see how they change from the linen to the Lugana to the Ada. The Lugana is always just a little bit off color than the other. It's a rayon polyester blend, and it just takes the dye differently. The next few are Regency, and the first one is 28, and I have 928 as that pale, pale dull blue, and 523 green as representing the colors running through this one. And then I also have it in 32 Lugana and 18 count Ada. Let's see if I'll hold these up together and maybe that'll help. So it's not just green. There's a little bit of maybe a mauve-y beige color running through it. It's pretty, it's different. And then Silver Lining is another color that I was hoping would be more gray, and it is pretty, but it's not exactly gray. So I have it matched up to 3024 for the more neutral part, and then 3861 because there's kind of a streak of the plummy color running through it, especially in the Lugana and the Ada. So that's the linen, and that was 36. And then this is 32 Lugana and 16 count Ada. But I'm not sure the 16 is going to work for my customer because she specifically asked for gray. So again, it's really pretty. I could see maybe some fairies done on that. Not sure it's going to work. I think hers was for a fairy tale though. So who knows, it might work. Then the next color is Stonewashed. And I did have a hard time matching this up to DMC, but 827 is represented throughout it. This is 28 linen. And it does have a brownish, splotchy color running through it, which you will see more of in the 32 Lugana and the 18 count Ada. Then I have a single one, just I wanted to try it out, see what it looked like. I was hoping it wouldn't be too light. I was hoping it would be a nice neutral, and this is 14 Winter White, and I think this will meet my needs. I have it matched up to 415 and 452. And then the last one is Winter Woolens in 32 Lugana, and I have 613 DMC. This is a nice neutral. Not too yellow, not too pink. Alrighty. So besides the 1 yard of the antique lace that I showed first, everything else is a ½ yard. And as you know, I do custom cut, but a lot of times people will either want the whole ½ yard or a ¼ yard. And if you get back to me right away, you could take advantage of that. Next, I'm going to show some new charts that came. So first I have It's So Emma, set H in the stitch cards, and they're all farm animals. And that set is $10. Number 10 in the Prim Stitch series is 8, and this is Love and Friendship. There, that's a good view of it. Stitchy Stars is 7. I don't know where, oh, you know what? The light bulbs outside on the sidewalk, the overhang that we have on our strip mall, I think that's what's coming in there. Okay, and then we have an auto from Hands On Design, and she has a really cute play on words here. Let us turn up the beet peas. So for all you gardeners out there, and that's 10. And then she has another in the Banner Year series. This is Language of Liberty. And that's 12. And then for $20, you can get the pack already made that has all the colors from Color and Cotton that are represented there. All right, then Little Stitch Girl has the next month in her Simply Sayin' series. This is 8, and that's June. With Thy Needle and Thread had 2 new patriotics. Let's see, I'll show it this way. Happy Birthday America, which was designed to look like a cake. And so she gives you the alphabet fabric, a strip of that to go around the center. Oops. And then there's a pedestal underneath. So I thought that was just a really clever way of celebrating the 4th. And then Red, White, and Bloom. And I had a customer bring them in to show me that she found the USA letters at our local Hobby Lobby. So they're in the, and she states this, I think, on the chart, but I think a lot of people were looking for the letters before they got their charts. And it's not, the letters are not in the patriotic section. They're with all the other letters in the unfinished, what are they? Paper mache boxes. So they're in the paper mache aisle, not the patriotic aisle. All right, and then from Kitty and Me, she has some inspirational samplers that are new. This is A House Divided, and these are all 7. The Harder the Conflict, and Psalm 35. And then I'm going to show you the colorful cats that I have not shown you before because I didn't order them last time. I got a selection of them, and some of these are new and some of them are not, but I've not had them before. So this is Applejack, and all of the cats are 11. Cupid. And some of them have metallic thread, and some of them have different buttons used. This is Emerald, Freedom, Hollyberry, Lemonade, Lemonade and Pink Lemonade together, and Mermaid, Pansy, Pharaoh, Shamrock, and Shortcake. This is one of the ones with the ceramic button. There's another one, Sunflower. You can see I was trying to conjure up the sun today with my sunflower scarf. It didn't work. This is Valentino. And the last one is watermelon. Okay, and then last but not least, the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. No, not the summer one that's coming out at the end of May. The spring one. I just got mine through no fault of the publisher. So this is the front cover. And that's the back cover that shows some of the beautiful projects in there. Sometimes I'm just way too patient and trusting, and I had a few customers reach out and say, hey, did the spring magazine come? And I go, no, I didn't get it, but I'm on the auto, and you know, I'm gonna have plenty for all the people on my list, and you know, don't worry. And I know that they start advertising it a little bit earlier than it actually comes out. So I'm like, well, just be patient and, you know, wait a week or so. Well, I didn't realize how many weeks had passed. And then the summer one started being advertised. And I thought, wait a minute, I think there's something wrong here. So I reached out to the publisher, and Deb checked into it, and she got back to me and said, holy cow, the shipment went out to you on March 12th. And it is stuck in the Richfield, Ohio facility, labeled damaged and undeliverable. And they didn't contact the sender or the recipient. It's just been sitting there for 2 months. So luckily she had done a small reprint of the magazine, and I got all of the copies that I was supposed to get. But that's such a shame when people aren't contacted when they're supposed to be. And I don't know what the post office thought was going to happen. But anyway, I hope that she gets that resolved and she gets her money back for the damaged copies. But I guess sometimes I learn my lesson and I have to be a little more vigilant. But I've never had any issues before with the magazine, so I just lost track of when it was coming. So anyway, it's here now. So that is all for today. Let's hope it gets a little more spring-like later in the week. And I hope to have more new charts and hopefully some more fabric too. I never know when it's coming, but there's some fabric on back order that might show up too. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the fabric unboxing. Bye.